What's up, family? Santee Sports here. And yes, I definitely had to touch on this subject here today. I know I waited a little while, but I had a few things to do as far as things, just spending time with the family and just getting things in order. But Javale McGee, as you can see on here to your right, down with his head down with the headband, and Kevin Durant standing right there in front. Yeah, I like to just find my own view on things as other people can do their thing, but you know, as the brothers know, man, I just like to attack things from my own angle. Much love to the LDBC family and Big 78 as well and Ticket TV for the original brothers that brought this to the forefront as far as things. You see, Shaq and a Fool is a show, it comes on NBA TV where Shaq has an opportunity to clown players. Nick Young, aka what the fuck is his name? They put him on there. Nick Young, Swaggy P, a plethora of players. Kenyon Perkins, and one of the number one guys is JaVale McGee. JaVale McGee is not a slouch. He's not a bum. But when you put him on the screen constantly to make fun of his game and to call him a bum, this stuff messes with your stock and your money. You picture you're around the time of the NBA where a mediocre player like Tristan Thompson can get an $80 million check. There's nothing special or significant about him. What, he can get a lot of offensive rebounds? You should. You play in the NBA. This is what you do for a living, okay? But for the fact of these things and everything else, it's left people like Joe King Noah, etc., etc. Excuse me. Folks like Joe King Noah, etc. These people are getting these big dumbass contracts. And if you're a person like JaVale McGee, who offensively, he possesses a lot of skill, even better than what these guys do on a regular basis, you would be getting a fat check. But by you constantly being pushed in front of the TV screen by Shaquille O'Neal, a guy who struggled with any type of mid-range shot, he really couldn't do much more work than in the paint. He was horrible as far as his free throws. He offensive fouled the shit out of people in a Los Angeles Lakers uniform, even though they act like they couldn't call it, but they knew how to call it when he was wearing that Orlando Magic uniform, offensive fouling people. But since he packed on a couple of extra cheesesteak subs, now they act like they couldn't call it that time. Oh, he's just so dominant and he breaks people down in the paint and he's just too big. No. Offensive foul is an offensive foul. I don't give a fuck how big you are or how little the guy is in front of you. It is what it is. But let me get back to my point. JaVale McGee, at this point, with his level of talent and skill, he's a ball player, a good ball player in the NBA. He would be paid handsomely if it wasn't for how much Shaquille O'Neal feels to crucify this man on Shaq and the Fool. Which, I'm like this, okay? It's okay to throw a bone here and there as far as to expose something. We're all adults. We'll get a good laugh out of it. If it's funny, it's funny. But for you to overextend yourself, now it really shows on a bullying process. Let me tell you something. Shaq going online after this man tells him to chill out, talking about slapping him. Shaq, you're an old man. You got feet and knee and back problems. I understand you feel like you was a big dude back in the day, but this is the time of the youth. Even myself, I'm not going to go outside and be playing around with those 16, 17-year-olds. Because it's a high possibility, me, myself, stepping to the wrong dude, I would get fucked up. I'm not invincible. I am human. You're an old-ass man. So while you keep speaking like you're going to slap somebody like you still 25 or you 28 or something or you just this young man that done live so well, when you get these injuries, your bones still ache even when they heal, okay? You can always feel something, even when you've had surgery and everything else. And you don't want to get your Negro wake-up call, stepping outside, getting fucked up by one of these young, hungry lions that just want to earn stripes. They're waiting for a Shaquille O'Neal to be running his mouth so you can get knocked out and they'll put it on World Star Hip Hop to further boost their couch potato career. Some average joker Just he likes to watch MTV Jams too, rap videos all day. And he finds Shaq and he puts it on your dumb ass. Because you're the guy on Twitter. And like Kevin Durant said, please watch this interview. I didn't know police officers can openly go online and threaten people. I didn't know that. Is that something new? You want to be a cop. You speaking about justice and things like that, right? This big, tall ass, gump ass, coon ass police officer. But yet you're threatening Javale McGee. There's a situation with Charles Barkley where he gave open criticism on LeBron James, which he has everything. Kyrie Irving is one of the best players off the dribble. He will smash you. There's nobody out here on the court that can deal with Kyrie when he's on fire. He will shred you. I've seen him do it a number of times, okay? Kevin Love was well decent and a good player before he got to Cleveland, and he plays all right here and there. Sometimes he's off. But a plethora of players. We can already see as far as whatever the commissioner's name is, LeBron James is good. If he wants something, he gets it in order to compete. Why? Because at the end of the season, no team is coming out of the Eastern Conference but them. But yet and still, Charles Barkley says, what, you don't want to compete. Because LeBron James comes to the forefront and says, well, we need an effing playmaker. You were the playmaker when they brought you over. And the 16 trades that they made when you got there so you can be comfortable. And your water boy, a.k.a. the guy that carries your bag, James Jones. So Barkley criticizes you. Yeah, a guy with no rings, but he played in a tough-ass fucking era that a lot of guys wouldn't have been able to play in. And an undersized person that plays the 4 that was averaging somewhere around 20 rebounds a game. But I digress. And he tells you, hey, what, you don't want to compete? It's an honest question. Anybody would want to know that. He goes, LeBron James goes at this man's throat, talking about personal issues in this man's life. And instead of you thinking it about a man through a man's perspective and through a person that has your job, because you can easily be barked at like that. Because Kobe exposed your ass about how lazy you were and how you would take the beginning of the seasons to get back in shape. Yes, he talked about your ass. About how you wanted everything and you hated on him to Phil Jackson and the rest of the people, the Buss family and the Lakers organization in order to get him traded. But when they looked at everything through a hole, they got your sloppy ass up out of there. And Kobe went on to win 2 more championships in Los Angeles. But I digress from that. Okay? As a person that is a journalist, a commentator now, you did not come to the forefront to defend your coworker as to say, damn, that was honest criticism. Instead, you took LeBron James' side talking about how shit, if that was you, I would have came up here and slapped you. No, you wouldn't. Because like Barkley said, first of all, you can't fight. People paint this illusion with sides. I know plenty of big guys, man. Sizey guys that can't fight. It's cool. Until you trying to put yourself in this position like you really gonna pull weight, or somebody buys a couple of them wolf tickets that you've been selling for a little while, then what? Okay? Shaq, keep your mouth shut, and when it comes to violence, just keep it down. Because when you get beat the fuck up, the same way you played Shaq and a fool is the same way it'll be repeated on World Star, Instagram, YouTube and everywhere else, Facebook and every goddamn where else, about how you got your ass whooped. The guy, aka, that said he's gonna slap someone. And have some, be more professional about yourself, dog. More professional. Because even with Barkley, he didn't take it to an extent where he felt like, oh, I'm gonna do this and that to LeBron. And he had more of a case and more reason to do so based on how personal LeBron got with him. And since you're so much of a best friend of LeBron, you support some negative bullshit that should never be said to a commentator from giving productive criticism. And you're ready to slap JaVale McGee. I hope you run into JaVale McGee, okay? And I hope you do everything that you said you was going to do. Because that would be a good video to watch. And then you put that on Shaq and the Fool when he breaks his foot off in your ass and exposes to the world that you can't fight. Conduct yourself right as far as how you project things with basketball. That's it. Everybody can't be you.